in a world awash in chaos.
What is Walking Phoenix?
Joaquin Phoenix? What is Joaquin Phoenix?
Or whatever you said.
It's a man.
Oh.
His name is Joaquin Phoenix. Okay. What the fuck?
Jupiter.
Uranus.
A group of brave heroes take on all things action.
Season 3!
Hi guys, welcome to another great edition of All Things Action Video Cast. I'm Dad, aka Aaron, and with me this week, back again for what is this episode? Number 5?
Yeah,
I think so.
Probably.
Yeah, for episode number 5, it's
Raiden, aka the Bear.
yeah. What's up, dude?
Nothing.
Just living the dream.
Yeah. Still have to cast on.
Yeah, as of this taping, you still have the cast on.
Yeah.
It's okay though.
As of today too.
Yeah.
Because we're recording this, not on Wednesday.
You're almost there.
Yep.
You are almost there, dude. It's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Unless I have to get another one, but hopefully that one's shorter.
Sure.
Hopefully that one only gets my elbow, where I actually got the bone.
I don't know what to tell you. I hope everything gets resolved. I'm sure it will. You've been healing up pretty good. You got a lot of cool signatures on there.
Yeah.
Hold that up a little bit so they can see it. Yeah.
I have my friends.
Yeah. Lots of friends. Lots of family members. So thanks to all of his friends that signed it. A lot of girls on there.
Yeah.
I don't know. It
So?
just seems like a pretty swaggy thing to do to have a bunch of girls sign in your cast.
Well, I didn't force them. They just...
Yeah. You know what mom's looking forward to? Besides you getting your cast off?
What?
You getting a haircut. There was a band back when I was growing up. They were called Oasis.
What's that?
It's a bunch of British guys. Yeah. And you look like a couple of them. Real shaggy hair. They're always
Yeah.
like, and maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. That's Wonderwall. Look it up, millennials. So Raiden,
What are millennials?
yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out too.
Okay.
Are you ready to rock and roll?
Yes!
Okay, we've got our 6 topics ready to go, loaded in the chamber. We've got a lot of fun things to talk about this week, and let's just get started. We're going to get this one out of the way, just because it's there's not a lot to talk about unless you're a big time basketball fan. But March Madness is going on right now.
Yeah.
We're down to the Elite 8 as of this taping. We'll be heading into the Final 4 next weekend. So
And then the championship.
and then the championship. So
So,
who's Samaya think's going to win?
right now, it's Texas Tech or something like that. And
It's playing
versus-
Gonzaga.
Yeah, Zaga.
That's Gonzaga.
Gonzaga.
Yeah, they're playing right now. But who's Samaya think? Duke?
Yeah.
She thinks
Duke.
the Blue Devils are gonna win?
Yep. The Blue
Okay.
Devils.
Pretty awesome, huh?
How come they're called that?
Well, I don't know. Somebody just came up with it, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe at Duke they have something to do with the devil. I don't know.
Okay,
A blue devil?
just move past
A
it.
devil with a blue dress on. That was a song too, but way before my time. So, Raiden, the other fun stuff to talk about is probably the one that we'll talk about a little bit longer than some of the other ones, just because there's a lot to go off of. WrestleMania
That's
35 in the wrestling category, right?
Yep.
So,
And,
do you want to run people through kind of what the matches are and what's going on with that?
So, first we have Ronda Rousey, which, if you don't know who she is, or you have been living under a rock, she was a UFC fighter.
Not just a fighter. She was a champion.
Yeah, and
She was the women's champion, and she was the one that pretty much put women's MMA on the map. And now she's transitioned over into wrestling, and she's actually a pretty damn good professional wrestler now. So Good for her.
Didn't she do like something with judo or something?
Yep, she was a World Olympic Judo champion or a participant. I don't know if she was a champion. I would assume she is just by how good she is with everything. Yeah. She brings a lot of legitimacy to that women's division. And so this is the first year where the women will be headlining WrestleMania.
Yeah.
In all 35 years, there's never been a match where women have headlined, and this is the match. So,
if you don't know what headline is, it's just like
it's the last.
Match.
Yep, the main match, the last match of the night that the match that should mean the most. So, the women's champion, who is currently Ronda Rousey, will be going head to head against Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, who is now the women's SmackDown champion. They actually took it off of Asuka on Tuesday. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see it, but I heard that it was a bunch of BS. So it sounds like a lot of
her figure four move.
Sounds like a lot of wrestling fans and even a lot of wrestlers kind of shook their head as to why they would take the belt off of Asuka literally 2 weeks before WrestleMania. Not very fair.
She didn't have a opponent, so.
Right. So let's keep moving here.
Yep.
The next one that we'll talk about is the WWE Championship, which is held by the new Daniel Bryan, and he will be facing off against Kofi Kingston. So, Raiden, why is the Kofi Kingston angle so interesting right now?
Because, let me just, first of all, Kofi has been at WWE for 11 years, almost 12, I think.
Yeah.
So, and he has never, ever, ever gotten a shot at the WWE Championship.
Yeah.
So, this is very big for the New Day, Kofi.
Yeah. So who do you think's going to win that one, Daniel Bryan or Kofi?
I hope Kofi, because that is a bunch of BS.
Yeah.
How many years he has. He beat every champion, and he never got a title shot.
Yeah.
So that's just a bunch of BS.
So let's make sure we're giving our prediction. So you think Kofi's going to win that one?
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think Kofi's going to win that one. Let's go back up to the women's one real quick. Who do you think's going to win that one in the triple threat? You think Becky Lynch is finally going to become champion?
Personally, I just think it's going to be Ronda.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people think Ronda's going to be taking some time off after WrestleMania. So that would be a good reason for her to lose the belt. But you may be right. You think Ronda's going to? I think Becky Lynch is going to. I think this WrestleMania is going to be pretty predictable when it comes to some of the wins. Raiden, let's go to the next one. The Universal Champion Brock Lesnar is going to take on Seth Rollins. Why is this match interesting? Why is this match something that we need to watch?
If we could.
Well, we as in the people.
Yeah. I don't know.
You don't know?
It just
a lot of people feel like Brock Lesnar is kind of holding that belt hostage. He doesn't really wrestle much. He doesn't talk. He doesn't do anything, but yet he's still the champion.
He doesn't fight like Seth Rollins, because when he had the Intercontinental Championship,
yeah,
he defended it every Monday.
Yeah. That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's what you want out of people, right?
Yeah, and Brock's just like, I'm just gonna go send my Paul Heyman out and do my bidding and make a deal with the other wrestlers.
Yeah, so
that's literally what I think he sounds like.
Who do you think's going to win that one?
I hope Seth.
You hope Seth?
Because I want to see him get that belt.
Yeah. I think it would be good to level set again and have Seth win, but I think Brock Lesnar is going to win. I think that's the one where they're going to keep ticking people off and letting Brock Lesnar win that match. So moving on to the next one, a couple of guys coming out of retirement for a kind of a grudge match between each other. Triple H is going to face Dave Bautista in a no-holds-barred match. Raiden, predictions?
First of all,
yeah.
It's not just a no-holds-barred.
You got to talk into the microphone, sir.
It's not just a no-holds-barred. It's actually a career thing on the line.
Yeah. Putting your career on the line.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell that means.
It means like you cannot wrestle if you lose a match.
Oh, I see. So like once you're retired after this.
Yeah.
But is it
And
only for
that's-
Triple H?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because Dave
So
Bautista.
Dave could come back anytime he wants.
Dave Bautista. I don't think Dave is gonna come back anyways because he's too busy doing the Drax War with.
Yeah.
The
of the
Guardians.
Galaxy.
Yeah.
So
and with,
they were talking about
you know,
possibly having Batista come back. He wanted to come back for like a year
Yeah.
and do like a full run, like he used to.
that would
but
be cool.
Then James Gunn got brought back on for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So it might actually change things dramatically. Dave also has a couple of other movies coming out. So you're right. He's probably going to stay pretty busy. He'll probably have this one match and then he's off to the
I
the
bet-
Hollywood races, as they say.
I bet
so.
after.
And nobody says that. I just said that.
I bet after he's done, he might do it. He
Yeah.
might, but we never know.
So who do you think's going to win? Is Triple H going to win?
Maybe.
Maybe. You're not sure on this
I'm
one.
not sure.
You're like 50-50?
Yeah.
You don't know how this is going to go?
Yeah.
I think Triple H is going to win because they're going to use Triple H probably until he's not able to wrestle anymore. So he'll keep coming back every WrestleMania, kind of like Undertaker, which Undertaker hasn't been announced for anything. John Cena hasn't been announced for anything. So
No.
some of these guys might just be taking the year off, the WrestleMania off. So
No, actually, Undertaker has been announced for something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
Is it a match?
no,
Oh, okay.
he just lost like 25 pounds. It said.
Yeah. So he might be getting back into wrestling shape.
Yeah,
Maybe he's going to AEW.
maybe.
Ooh. And side note, Jim Ross is now a free agent.
Jim Ross.
Yeah, Jim Ross. He is the commentator who used to do Raw and SmackDown WWE shows in the Attitude Era. And a lot of people are speculating that he may be going to AEW as their lead announcer.
Need
So that'd be,
commentator stuff.
commentator, yep. So that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I wonder who else might be the commentator.
I don't know. We'll find out pretty soon.
Hopefully not CM Punk.
Well, CM Punk is a good speaker, so
I'm just saying, like, CM Punk's gonna get in lots of fights. Too.
yeah, he might. So, Raiden, going on to the next one. Shane McMahon versus The Miz in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Probably don't need to talk about this one too much, but who do you got? Shane McMahon or The Miz?
Shane McMahon.
Ooh.
I don't like The Miz that much.
I'll take The Miz. I think The Miz is going to win that one. Raiden, what about Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre? This one's been kind of bubbling up lately. Who do you got on that one?
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns. You think Roman's going to finally come back and at WrestleMania he'll start winning and getting things going again?
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre's a hell of a guy, though. I personally think that they'll make him lose at WrestleMania, and then they'll have him win on Monday night. So, let's see here, buddy. WWE Women's Tag Team Championship: Bayley and Sasha Banks versus Beth Phoenix and Natalya versus the Iconics versus Nia Jax and Tamina in a fatal four-way match. Who do you got?
Well, first of all, I don't think Tamina and Nia should have been in the Iconics. Shouldn't have even been in this match. But I'm just gonna go with Bayley and Sasha.
Yeah, they're going to retain the title.
Yeah.
I think Nia,
I think
Nia
if they're
Jax and
smart.
Tamina are going to win.
I think
And
if
there's
they're
gonna
smart,
be chicanery. So yeah.
I think if they're smart, they'll do that.
Well, who knows? Maybe they will. Raiden, what about AJ Styles versus Randy Orton? Some people are saying that this one may be the match of WrestleMania, like the biggest match, as far as
One
two
of them.
styles that are going to be perfect, and this should be an awesome display. Who do you got, AJ Styles or Randy Orton?
Randy.
You think Randy's going to win?
Yeah. I don't know really though, but
I think that you're probably right. I think that this match is going to be a hell of a match, but I think AJ Styles is going to come up short, and Randy Orton's just too big,
yeah.
too exciting. What about in the United States Championship, Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio?
I think if they were smart, they would give it to Rey Mysterio, but in all reality, I just think Samoa Joe's going to win.
Yeah, I think Joe's going to retain it as well. Kurt Angle in his retirement match, his farewell match, the last match that he supposedly is going to ever have, will be against Baron Corbin. Raiden, who do you got? Does Kurt Angle go out with a win or out with a loss?
Win.
You really? I think Baron Corbin's going to win. Usually when guys are finally lacing the boots up for one last time, they have them lose. I don't know why. It's one of those things where it's kind of the passing of the guard. So hopefully he wins, but I don't know if he's going to. The WWE Cruiserweight Championship, Buddy Murphy is the champion. He's going against Tony Nese. Raiden, we don't watch 205 Live, so I have no idea who's better here. Who do you got? Flip of a coin. Think Tony Nese is going to pull it out, or does Buddy win?
Buddy, probably.
Buddy's going to retain?
Probably.
All right, I'll take Tony just to be fun. The Intercontinental Championship, Bobby Lashley versus Finn Balor. Raiden, is this thing going...
God.
Is this thing going to flip-flop again, and is Finn Balor going to retain it once again after losing it just a week ago, and then Bobby had it a week before that? Seems like the endless rotation.
Probably.
Who do you got? Finn Balor?
Finn.
All right, I'll take Finn as well. And then we've got the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale and also the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal. Piece of note to pass along with this, Alexa Bliss will be the host of WrestleMania. I could care less, but she's going to be the host, so good for her.
Wait, what WrestleMania was The Rock the host of?
I don't know.
You should look that up sometime.
Yeah, sometime we'll do that.
Anyways.
But yeah, are you ready to move on?
Yeah.
So Raiden, what?
Shouldn't we do like who the 3 people who we know is gonna be in that Andre?
Well, why don't you tell us?
So there's
3 people that you know.
So the 3 people I know as of now is Braun Strowman, and the host of Saturday Night Live.
2 guys from there?
Yeah,
You think Braun Strowman's going to walk out of there with the win?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Over those 2, definitely.
That's good. All right, buddy, you ready to move on?
Sure.
I think all these people are ready to move on as well. I told you it'd be a little long segment. Dude, let's move on to space. Something very exciting, and Raiden, you just read about it, so we'll let you talk about it, but I'll set it up here. So SpaceX's Starship Hopper. Raiden, please explain what this is and what we're looking at for the future.
So with this SpaceX new thing, this is just a test rocket ship stuff, and what Elon Musk's plan is to get food supplies, stuff like that, to the space station up where
International Space Station, yeah.
The ISS, and eventually to colonize Mars.
Okay. So it's a special ship.
Yeah, it's just...
Okay.
And then there's one also that is called something soup. I know it's like F something R.
Okay.
So that's also going to be one.
Yeah.
Super Heavy, I think, is what
Okay, yeah.
Elon Musk
Super Heavy,
is
yeah.
talking about. That's the code name that Elon Musk put.
Yeah. You know, something that I just thought of, too, that was kind of neat was the Mars rover.
Yeah.
Took a picture
Which
of...
one? Curiosity?
Yeah, Curiosity. Is that the one that's still alive? Yeah.
Yeah.
Opportunity's dead.
Yeah,
right?
Opportunity is dead. We established
so
that.
So Curiosity took a picture of rocks that look almost like river rocks that you'd find on Earth.
I think...
And then they've also said that there were gigantic rivers on Mars for billions of years.
Here's what I think. I think
hence the river rock.
Mars did have rivers. It was kind of like the second Earth.
Yeah.
But then like some sand.
Yeah.
Or like the water got soaked up.
Do you think that now that we're seeing all this evidence that there was water, like a lot of water on Mars and stuff like that, do you think that it's probably eventually the Curiosity rover is going to find evidence of like bones of some sort from some kind of creature.
Some
Like
an alien.
I still think that things are probably dead on Mars, like nothing is alive on Mars, but I think there's got to be evidence now that would probably support that there's some kind of life that used to exist there.
Yeah, definitely, because, you know, when...
So that's pretty cool.
And plus, this isn't really space, but I just wanted to bring it up while we were, like, space topic.
Yeah.
Since Earth is in space.
Mm-hmm.
So all those of you who are watching this in the United States,
Mm-hmm.
we actually have, like, California, Los Angeles, Nevada,
Yeah.
Florida. Those are all Spanish words.
Mm-hmm.
Because Florida, when Prince
What's that have to do with
DeLeon...
space, though?
Nothing. I just wanted to
okay.
bring it up. When
You're out there, buddy.
When
Out there in outer space.
I don't care.
No, I don't care either.
Earth is in space,
Sure.
so we're still kind of talking about that.
All right.
But anyways,
Cool.
yeah,
That's awesome, dude. So, Raiden, are you ready to move on?
yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you for
I'm-
filling us in on the hopper. That sounds exciting.
I'm excited for this next one, the movies,
Yes, movies.
and I bet you're excited too.
So what's going on?
So there was books called Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark,
Mm-hmm.
and it's actually starting to become a thing,
Yeah.
like a
Like
full-length
what thing?
movie.
Okay, a movie. They're making a movie out of the books.
Yeah. So there's like the
So the trailer just dropped, right?
stuff. Yeah.
When does the movie come out?
August 9th.
August 9th. Yes. Pretty exciting. Do you want to watch the trailer, or have you watched it?
I've watched it.
You've
once,
watched it, okay.
Because I think you showed me it once.
Sure. We'll have it playing on the screen behind
Yeah,
us.
just for people who haven't watched
Sure.
it.
But I'd suggest you go and check it out. It looks pretty fun. Guillermo del Toro is going to be producing the movie, and it sounds like a lot of good horror background kind of people in Hollywood have started backing this movie, so it should be pretty fun. I'm not sure if they're trying to kind of capture a younger audience, or if they're trying to capture an older audience like me, who actually read all the books and lived to get one of those 3 books that came out. I wish they would have been able to do more. The artwork in those Scary Stories books, the artist's name escapes me, but I always
Terrified.
loved looking at those books, yeah, just because they were so creepy. So
Samaya doesn't like spiders, so I think the spider one is pretty like.
yeah, but even like the actual like picture of the girl who has the spiders coming out, like in the book, it's so creepy. It should be a good movie. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Again, that's Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Scary Stories.
Yeah, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. And it comes out in August 9th. So can't wait for that. It's right around the corner if you really think about it. Raiden, in comics, Kyle and I kind of talked about it a little bit when he was out here. But there is a spin-off of a spin-off. Obviously, the Dark Knight Metal series has a spin-off of the Batman Who Laughs, and then the Batman Who Laughs has a spin-off of something called the Grim Knight. And
Isn't the Good Knight like the Batman Who Kills, kind of?
well, are we going to spoil it, or are we going to not spoil it? Not spoil it?
But I was just asking.
Yeah. So, Raiden, just because, yes, this is if in a world where dimensions collide, this would be like everyone in our dimension is used to the Batman who doesn't kill, and who kind of like every depiction, Michael Keaton's Batman and Christian Bale's Batman, they don't kill, right? But then Zack Snyder, Ben Affleck, that Batman killed, right?
He didn't want to kill.
Batman versus Superman. He
He
used
hurt-
guns. He did. He
he-
killed people.
He hurt them, but he didn't. He did kill a few.
Yeah. So I guess you would say that the Grim Knight is probably closer to what we got to see in Batman versus Superman, and not so much in Justice League, just because they decided to get away from that. But yes, a Batman who kills, a Batman who not only kills, but that instead of using that as like a last line, he uses that as a first line. He doesn't mess around. He just has no remorse, and he's extremely effective. So much so that in his universe, a lot of the criminals don't exist because he took care of the problem way early on. So I'm not going to give away who doesn't exist in his universe, in his dimension.
Universe.
But it's pretty cool to hear, like, oh, that person doesn't actually exist, and they do in some of the other ones that he winds up going to. I would strongly suggest, if you are a Batman fan, and even more so just a DC multiverse fan, to check that one out, just because it is worth a read, and it is a different spin. At the beginning, I was like, I don't know. This seems like you're run-of-the-mill Batman, and then you get to a certain page, and you finally see the turn where it's like, oh, this is completely insane, and this is completely different from every other Batman story that's ever been made. I have had an idea, Raiden, for a long time, and I still want to do this, but I don't know if I'll ever get to it. But I want to make a Batman novel where Batman is actually a villain.
Oh, that's wow.
Yeah. And
And
this
you
is
would make
kind
that?
of, sure, I'd write it. You know, maybe you can read it and let me know how it is.
Maybe I have an idea. Maybe we could make a movie about that or something.
Yeah, let's write the book first, and then we'll turn it into a movie.
Yeah,
Okay.
like the scary stories.
Sure. Yeah, but no. So DC's The Grim Knight, I would strongly suggest reading that. It's a very good read, and it's only $3 or $4, to read
Yeah.
the first one. I don't know how many they're going to have coming out, but the first one was very good. So I was really happy about that. Raiden, we just have one more left. Let's get into gaming. Raiden, you have something new and exciting that you've been playing lately. Why don't you tell the folks what it is and kind of give them a little review of what it is.
So, the game is called Realm Royale.
Realm Royale.
It's kind of like Fortnite, but it's more of a mix between like PUBG and Fortnite,
Okay.
because PUBG you have no building, and it has that kind of like animated Fortnite, but neither. In this game, you don't have to have a glider or parachute.
So it's a battle royale game
Yep.
where you get 100 people dropped in. You're on a squad, right?
You have squad, duo, and solo, and then for those newbies, you can do a tutorial if you're new.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing to have. So it's got kind of like you said, similarities to Fortnite. It looks a lot like Fortnite. But what's the difference?
The difference is, like I said, no building. You always start with like a dagger,
Yeah, but
like a knife.
as far as visually, what's the difference? Is it set like in the future? Is it set in the past? Is it kind of like
It's-
set in reality? Is it set in fantasy? What's the difference?
It's set in fantasy like Fortnite, but
Yeah.
it's more like, but the airship is like a pirate ship kind
Sure.
of, and you
But
can.
like you have horses, you've got bows and arrows. Yes, no
Well,
bows and arrows.
They're all bows and arrows, but you have to loot crates and stuff to
Yeah.
get them.
You
You
cast
have
spells,
knives.
right?
You don't cast. Well, yeah, you can, but
Yeah.
you can have like super jumps. You can
Yeah.
have where you teleport a little.
Yeah. So for somebody who's been playing Fortnite for a long time and they're kind of getting tired of it, and they don't want to necessarily play Apex because that's a different game altogether.
Yep.
To compare Apex and Fortnite is like comparing apples and oranges. They're just not the same. But this one is definitely kind of a Fortnite game, right?
Yeah,
like you said,
but-
without the building, but still, it's got fun guns. It's got really nice graphics, you know.
Yeah, and plus, like Fortnite in the, well, actually, here's what it's kind of like. It's also like the dagger does like a little bit of damage, but not like too much. But like there's legendary, epic, rare, common.
Right.
It skips the uncommon for some reason.
Yeah. So what's the so it's in what, season 3 now? It just started season 3?
Yes.
Okay. So it's got seasons like Fortnite does. It doesn't have quite the popularity that Fortnite does, so
And like
they're
Apex
not
and PUBG.
they don't have to accelerate it quite as much. You need to quit digging in your cast. They don't have as much, you know, that they have to really work with as the other games.
Yep.
But I'd say there's a funny part in the game. So what's the funny part in the game?
Oh, when you die, you don't actually die. You become a chicken.
You become a chicken.
And
A
the
little
song
chicken
goes,
that holds a flag. Yeah. And so you have a certain amount of time where if you're the chicken and you run around and not get shot, you'll revive back to a human.
Yeah, but there's also like potions that you have to take to get health, or like
Yeah.
if there's a guy who's an assassin, if you have a skill to like, while you're not taking damage, you like you get health back. If it's kind of like if you play like Octane and Apex, it's kind of like that guy's not the guy's when he regenerates health from like shots and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, but if you're a chicken, you can revive to a human. Otherwise, you just waddle around and you usually get shot and die, right?
Sometimes,
That's the end of
yeah.
it, right? Yeah.
Yep. And then yeah.
So it's
Especially if you're in solos.
yeah. So it's a cute game. I mean, you know, I would say probably more geared towards a younger crowd like Raiden, where Apex is probably
Towards
geared
you.
towards me or somebody in between. I don't really
Teens.
find too many of those games as exciting as most people do, but I would. You know what I wish they had?
What?
I wish they had sports games that were free to play online, like the Battle Royale games, where you could just jump in. You could be part of a team. Like, wouldn't it be cool if you could have like 11 friends on a soccer team and you play against another group of 11, but you're only one player, you know? So like you could be the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And for the whole game, you'd just be the goalkeeper.
Unless
or if you could
you
switch out if you wanted to, or however that would be.
Yeah.
Like, but I think that's coming. The other thing that we should probably mention in gaming too before we get out of here is Google just announced that later this year they will be releasing something called the Stadia, and that is their foray into gaming. So it'll there's a bunch of cool features. I can't even talk about them right now, just because I can't remember them all. But go online, type in Google Stadia. You'll come up with something that tells you what Stadia actually is.
Better than we explained it.
Right. But it looks like it's going to be pretty cool. It looks like it's just going to be an all-in-one kind of thing. It's just through an app. You have a controller that you'll buy, and it says you don't even have to do that. It sounds like Xbox ones may even work with it. So that's pretty exciting.
I think that Stadia is like I think Google just wanted to get in like towards the gaming to make money, you know.
There's money to be made in gaming right now. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I
because
mean, look at how much time you spend on the computer or on the Xbox, right?
Yeah.
Well, dude, I think we're done.
Yeah, me too.
Are you ready to go up and try a blast from the past? Dad got the PlayStation 2 fired up, so you want to try PlayStation 2?
Yeah, or PlayStation 2 games.
Yeah. You want to try them?
Yeah,
See how they are?
definitely.
We'll let you know how PlayStation went. Hopefully it lasts long enough. Dad had to go out and buy controllers online on eBay.
Because when the ones that you got, those wouldn't work.
Yeah, surprisingly, 20-year-old controllers didn't work when I fired it up the last time. Go figure.
Your PS2 is 20 years old.
It's pretty old. I put in a game before we came down here that was before Samaya was born.
Yeah,
it's like a 15-year-old game.
Wasn't it like a game called something Fight?
Well, before that, I was playing SmackDown Here Comes the Pain.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was fun. I played Batista versus Stacy Keibler. You can play boys versus girls in that one.
Why?
Because you can. Because in the old days, you were able to.
That's rigged.
Yeah, it's not rigged. It's fun. So, Raiden, are you ready to go?
Yep.
All right, dude.
I'm ready.
You want to do the outro?
Wait, how do you do it? Thank you.
You do however you feel.
Thank you guys so much.
How about we talk in the microphone, though?
Thank you guys for watching this edition of All Things Action. Goodbye.
Goodbye.